Hi, it's Lenneke from Len's Crafty Life, and this is my entry. It is an altered envelope, and it is for the challenge from Dawn Marie. She won again the monthly challenge that Shaz from Crafted Seasons by Shaz started last year. It's a challenge. If you don't know it yet, you don't have to send anything in, so please do join in. It's just the winner of the last month can decide on what we make or alter for this month, and you don't have to send anything in, and you don't win anything tactual. Your winning prize is that you can decide then for next month what we're going to do. So Dawn Marie, I think she won in January or February, but you know, lots of ladies join in again and again and again. I myself as well, and haven't won yet, by the way. But Dawn Marie won for this month again the April challenge. So the month has only started, so you have lots of time to join in. And let me just show you what I made. She wanted us to alter an envelope. She's getting more into making junk journals or just journals, and I'm quite new to that too. But there's one particular lady, there's loads of ladies, but one particular lady that I love to watch, which is Pam from the Paper Outpost. I'll pop a link to her tutorial on this layout, on this envelope, below this envelope. So please do check her out and check out her channel. She has great ideas, loads of ideas what to do with journals and envelope and whatever. And here on the back I will show you that it is indeed an envelope. So I haven't decorated the back because this will go in a journal and I'll just stick it in. So I thought I may as well just show you the plain, proper, ugly, stained back. And what I did, according to Pam's idea, is that I made these are just slits in the envelope. And I actually happen to have, which I hadn't used yet, and now it comes in very, very handy. It's this tiny little cutting board, and it fit just perfectly in this size envelope. So you can put some extra thick cardstock in there because of course you don't want to cut through the back. So just put a bit of cardstock in there, make 3 slits. Then, of course, I had the envelope open because I put this in. Only then, after I made the 3 slits, I stuck the envelope together, put some extra glue on it, and then I cut off the top. So there is actually 4 pockets in here. And then, of course, you can put in anything that you like. So let me just take these bits out first so you can see basically the plain envelope. Let me do that quickly. So I sprayed on, even before I made the slits actually, I sprayed on 2 different kinds of spray inks. It's quite shiny from, I think it's Lindy Stamp Gang. I use one, and also one from Nuvo. And then, well, maybe that was after I made it. No, that was before I made the slits, otherwise it may have stained inside. So before I did anything, I sprayed the envelope, and I also stamped on it. You can just about see it with this beautiful script stamp. You can see it here that I used kind of everywhere to make a nice background. Then I made the slits. Then I put on the washi tape, which is also an idea of Pam from the Paper Outpost, because then you reinforce your pockets. So as you can see, these pockets go all the way through. So just make sure that in the top pockets you don't put in anything small, because, well, I guess you could dig it out here if it disappears. So so that's 1 pocket. That's 2 pockets, 3 pockets, and then this is then the largest pocket, which is right here. So that goes all the way to the bottom of the envelope. So I put on some washi stickers that I had. First time ever I've used washi stickers, I think. So I kept them kind of like vintagey, suitcase books, some books, and here some flowers. Then I also, again, because Pam, she loves to use like how do you call them? They're not stickles, they're pearl Nah, fluent pearls, liquid pearls, that's it. Sorry about that. She loves to use liquid pearls and I have them as well, and I basically never use them. So I thought, let's honor Pam and let's put on some liquid pearls. So I put those here, there a bit, there's some over there, here to the side. I just kept them very small, put them here, and I put them there, and just a few there. Now, just one tip: if you use like a heat gun to dry them, which I did, just be careful because they can kind of like pop. I don't know if you can see that because they're very small, but they seem to kind of like pop, explode, and then because there's some air apparently inside, so then you don't get the really nice rounded pearly button, kind of like, if you understand what I mean. So that's the only downside, so I have to be more careful with that next time, but you can't really see it that much. So what I then made is I made some tags. These are basically of some how do you call them? Here in the Netherlands we call them visitekaartjes, visitors cards. It's like these small cards that you hand out with your business on it to people. I had some left over and that were not useful anymore, so I used that as a base. Then I went over it with some, this is the back basically, with some ink, and then I went over it with a napkin so you can kind of see the ink below it. So it's a white background and then just the ink, the napkin, and I had some Tim Holtz reinforcers that I put on the front and the back. Now the back was basically, you know, it was bright blue and it was the address of some kind of company and I don't use, and so I went over that with some old vintage book paper, again that beautiful script stamp that I have, and I used walnut stain so to make it a bit darker. This is another washi sticker, and then again the reinforcer. I went around it with some, I think it's called antique bronze. It's a Tim Holtz distress stain, so the little bottles I used for that, and I went around all the tags basically with that. This is another little tag. I have a tag punch, so I made this the base the exact same way, but just punched it out with this tag punch that I have. Again, I used the reinforcer, and these are little dots that are actually from the inside of the reinforcer. I thought it was just a shame to chuck those out. I thought, well, that will probably look very cute on there as well. So, and this is just some leaves as a again a washi tape sticker, and this is the back, so you can journal on it. So I put those in here. Excuse me. And then I made this tag here. You can see this is the exact size of that, what we call, oh, business card, of course. Hello, business card. That's what you call it. So here again, this was the printed side. I went over it with book paper, music paper. Again, the stamp that I had, and this is some very, very, very vintage, very old lace that I still had left. And this is like a 3D crocheted flower on it. I love those. They're so pretty. And again with a washi sticker. I do like those. And with this, basically, with this card, which was white, plain white on the back, I just, when I had sprayed this one, of course you spray a lot next to it on your work mat. So with this card, I just swiped it over all the ink and it picked up the leftover inks. So that didn't get wasted, but that's why this is a different effect from this one. Here you can very clearly see that I sprayed it, and this was picked up from my work mat. So put those in there, and then I made this one. This is just from a box basically. So this was already the way you can see it now. So that kind of dappled effect, that was already the print on the box. And I put on some pretty crochet trim around it, and I basically made a bookmark. I went around it again with this antique bronze distress stain, and this, the front, which was plain white, I went over with some paper, just copy paper that I had coffee dyed quite a while back, and I just absolutely love this print. So the way it turned out. Here on the front I put on some tiny little pearls, and here I have these stamps, and this one says live simply, love generously, care deeply, speak kindly, and leave the rest to God, which I really like. It's from this stamp set. It's by Stampin' Up. It says trust God, so there's lots of beautiful sayings that will encourage you to trust God. So I really like that one. Got it secondhand, of course, you know me. Stamping Up is so expensive, so I don't have much of it. It's just way too expensive, but secondhand, I do like some of their things. So then I thought, well, what shall I put in the large pocket? And I had this quite old postcard that I picked up, I think when I was about 23, and I'll be 49 next week, Thursday. Yay! The 9th of April, I'll turn 49. Yay! So this is a very old card from 26 years ago, and I picked it up in Sweden on a trip there, when I was there on a mission trip long time ago with a Bible school. And we did some acting in the streets, and visited this card shop, and I thought it was beautiful. It's slightly old-fashioned now, but I think it just went perfectly with the butterfly theme that I had on here. So I rounded off the corners. I put this butterfly. I got this fabric from somebody, and I'm really sorry, I don't know anymore whom I got it from, but it has this, it's like this netting, and it has these beautiful butterflies on there. So thank you, whoever it was. If it's you, let me know. I can thank you in person. It's really beautiful. And then I just stapled on this little kind of pull out tag thingy, whatever, fabric, whatever. And then again I put on some coffee dyed paper on the back, and I printed at the bottom and at the top. Actually, that is an idea that I got from Monique. So thank you, Monique, from Shabby Monique Brocante. You probably know her. I saw she had done that, and I really like that, because it just gives it something extra, but there's still plenty of space to write or put an image, put a picture, or whatever you like. Again, I went around it with some with the antique bronze distress stain, and that was the last bit that I made to put it in there. So this is something that I can put in a journal. So Dawn Marie, I hope you like it, hope you got an idea. Please do check out Pam from the Paper Outpost. Her whole channel is very much worth watching, especially if you're getting into journals, or if you are already into journals. And this was one of her ideas. So thanks, Pam, for another great idea. Okay, and thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye bye.